All right, man, we're back with another episode of Light Talk. This time I got a special guest with me, NorthFaceTay.
Yeah, NFT, come on.
How you doing, Brody?
Come on, rescue. Out here, good.
You doing with us?
Yeah, first interview, you know what I'm saying? Look how nervous, but it is what it
Bro,
is.
yeah, bro, when I started doing these, bro, I even now I still get nervous and shit like that. So you know, You'll be blessed, bro. Everybody's waiting to see something like this from you. So It's a good way to get yourself out there. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mississauga. Still, I was born in Toronto, but I fucking moved to Mississauga probably like around like 6-7 years old, and then after that I just been in the ends and came to Mississauga from there. Still.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Gates, Father Michael Gates.
Gators. So, what were some of your early influences in music?
Fuck, honestly, I used to just listen to like Bear, Lil Wayne, Bear, fucking Vibes Cartel and shit. Like, yeah, honestly, I didn't even start off wanting to be a rapper. At first, I was playing basketball. Shit didn't work out. The man was saying, yo, you should start making music. I wasn't really taking shit serious, but then my dad, DTB, started making beats, and he was like, kept on pushing me to start rapping, right? So then after I hit the booth, made a one local tune, and then after I'm like, yo, fuck. I was skeptical about it when it dropped, and then after, fuck, the man was saying it's a heater, so started going from there, but fuck.
So at what point would you say you knew like this is what you wanted to do?
Fuck. Yeah, honestly, I'd say like 2-3 years into it. Like when I first started off, I didn't really think that I was gonna keep on going, but as I kept on going, I started becoming more nicer, more like the feedback I was getting. I liked the feedback I was getting, and more people were saying, yo, you're nice, you should take this shit more serious, right? So then after that, I just started taking shit way more serious.
Yeah, more like a natural thing instead of just kind of forcing yourself.
Yeah, so fuck. For a timeline though, I'd say if I started in like 2018 probably. So I'll say like 2020 I probably started taking it serious and shit like that.
What does your music mean to you?
Fuck, my music is everything. I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother. My music, every time I hear it, it's like my story being told. And if it's not my story, probably somebody around me that's super, super close to me. Like I heard the story and I'm like, yo, nah, fuck, this one needs to get told. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah. So every time I bump in my tracks, I'm like, yo, fuck. Shit, it's a different type of music still, because it comes from the heart, right? It's not like some shit that I'm just rap capping or bare shit's just false, and I'm thinking about it and I listen to the beats and then shit just goes smooth.
So then you listen to your own music like on a regular basis?
Yeah, I strictly bump my tracks still. I'm not even gonna lie. I need to get that shit out to the public the way that I'm bumping it.
What does your music mean to you?
My music is everything to me still. I'm not even gonna lie. Like fuck, I wake up in the morning more times. If I'm not working on something, I'll either be bumping something I just finished making, right? Because fuck, a lot of it is like my life and a lot of shit that I'm going through, right? So I just bump that shit on the regular. Some shit is better than the other to me, but fuck, I just bump it all the same.
Hear that. What do you want your music to mean to the city?
I want people to I want it to have a legacy still. I want after I'm done dropping and I'm done my music run, that somebody else could be like, yo, I want to be like NFT, I want to be like NorthFaceTay. The way that he did for the city, I want to do the same.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you started dropping in like 2018, or you started making music in 2018.
Yeah.
So in 2019, and this is just like your rundown of like how much you've dropped over the years, is like you dropped 3 songs in 2019, 3 in 2020, 2 in 2022, 4 in 2023, 3 in 2024, and then I think 2025 is your most active year with like 8 drops, one of those being an EP with 3 songs.
Yeah. Fuck.
So what has made you ramp up the consistency?
Fuck, honestly, with more time as shit was going on, I wanted to, even in the earlier stages, I wanted to drop more, but finances were the problem back then. So as I started like growing up, and I wouldn't even say growing up, but as I grew older, I'd say that fucking like the finances started coming more, so I got to be more consistent.
Yeah, because it does take a decent amount of money to drop and put music out there. Mm-hmm. It's not even like, bro, even doing this, bro, people like think like I just show up with a camera or something.
No, straight.
Bro, it's been taking me like a year to even collect all this stuff. So
even to buy the camera, brother, they're forgetting about the equipment that you have to get, the studios you have to book, a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
100%. There's a lot of money.
If you already have a lot of people that are like working with you as like a financial team, then it's like way harder to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about your catalog as of right now?
Honestly, to be completely honest, the catalog that I have out right now, I'm not satisfied. I know that I could be doing a better job, and I feel like from this point on, I'm going to be working harder to get other people to understand, like, yo, the catalog that I have out is good, but there's way better stuff to come, if that makes sense.
And back to the EP that you dropped in December. You dropped the EP, and it was your first project. It was like a 3-song project, but it was still your first project. It was called 3 Steps Ahead, right?
Yeah.
You had Turn It On, Mr. Way Too Different, and Can't Stop Me.
Yeah.
What went into dropping that?
Honestly, it's one of the ones where, fuck, shout out my dog, AB, I'm not even gonna lie, fuck. It's one of the ones where you kept on calling me and telling me, like, yo, broski, people are waiting for the tracks, right? Like, yo, see, you had enough time of waiting, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, fuck, if I get any more calls about dropping music, people are gonna start thinking I'm not serious, so fuck, what is 3 songs gonna hurt, right? So that's why I called it 3 Steps Ahead, because the 3 songs are supposed to be the 3 steps ahead, you know what I'm saying?
It was your first project that you put out, so it was like kind of like you packaged it well together, and so kind of just like getting used to it and getting the experience out there of you putting the music out there. So it was pretty cool to see, especially like me being a fan of your music first more than anything else. It's like me as a consumer, I just want my favorite artists and like up and coming artists to put as much music out as they can, but also be beneficial to them at the same time. So what is your vault look like right now then?
My vault is scary. I'm not even gonna lie to the people. The vault is scary. 2026 though, we're unleashing the vault. I'm not even too worried about all the tracks that I have in the vault, because I'm more concerned about getting it out. Being inside the vault is no good if I'm just gonna be the only one listening to it, right? It's not gonna do anything for me. It's just gonna be me bumping my own tracks. I want other people to take in what's really going on in my head and what's going on in my soul and shit, right?
Definitely. What goes into your drop process?
Fuck, I'm not even gonna lie to the people. I don't really think too much about it, because I have a lot of different tracks, right? So like, I'll be bumping a song that I might feel like is good for the moment, and then right after that, I have to make 4 or 5 phone calls. Yo, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? But some people might think, yo, for the time being, in the moment, then that might not be the one due to the tracks that I have in the vault, because some other people hear 1, 2 tracks in the vault and be like, nah, yeah, better shit, you should drop this instead. But then after, it's like, yo, fuck. So anytime I'm ready to drop, I have to go through, like, there's multiple songs I have to go through, but whatever I'm feeling in the moment, that's what I have to go with.
At what point do you drop a full-scale project?
Honestly, I'm working on mine for the end of the year. Like, I feel like how long I've been in the game, there's not really a timeline to drop a full-scale project. If you feel like you're ready, that's the perfect time to drop, right? But me, I would do them bare, like, thinking in my head, like, yo, fuck, should I drop this? Should I not drop this? Like I said earlier, finances was a big problem, but now it's just like, yo, fuck. When the people want to hear the music, they're not really any excuse, right? You have to get it out. So honestly, by fucking summertime, I'm trying to give them something, like something serious for the people to be bumping, to be like, okay, yeah, this guy's here to stay. You know what I'm saying? One of those ones.
So we talked about like your projects a bit and like projects you have coming out, but like what goes into your song making process?
Okay, just comes from the heart. I just listen to the beats whenever somebody sends me a beat, or fuck, sometimes I go on YouTube, but more times it's my dog DT Beats that'll be sending me the beats, right? So fuck, DT will send me the beats, and then as soon as he sends them, I'll instantly just feel something. But then after I'll be listening to the shit in my headphones, be like, okay, start writing some shit down, and then that's how the process starts. So like, I'm not really like going to the booth and freestyle off the top of my head. I like to really write down what's going on, but for me to write down, it doesn't really take that long, because it's my real life that I be talking about more times, right?
How do you come up with various flows and keep your style fresh while maintaining substance?
Fuck, I'll be like, more times, fuck, my dog DT will send me the beats, and like I said, when I'm hearing the beats, it just comes out naturally. It's not like I be trying to be like, yo, fuck, I need to switch it up. I'll just be writing something, then the next bar that just comes instantly, it just goes with the beat, and it just boom, I'm like, oh shit. And then when I'm hearing it back, I'm like, nah, this is a slapper. And then I make another track that'll be like a slapper, but then the beat will sound super different, so I can't be rapping the same way that I did on another beat. For example, if a beat's going super duper fast, I can't rap super duper slow on a super duper fast beat on both times, you know what I'm saying? I have to switch it up. I don't like to be repetitive when it comes to my tracks. Like, I like to like try to be different, if that makes sense. But I don't like, it comes naturally. It's not something like I go out my way and try, but like when I be rapping and shit, it just happens naturally.
Is that like a way you challenge yourself too, by hopping on different beats instead of looking for the same repetitive ones?
No, 1000% for sure. Because I feel like if I was to just, for example, if I was just to rap on dancehall beats, I feel like if I came to a rap beat, I wouldn't know how to rap on a rap beat if I just stuck to only dancehall beats. If, for say, I was rapping on dancehall beats, you know what I'm saying?
100%. What do you feel like goes into making a hit?
Fuck. That's actually a good question, broski, because I'm yet to tell, you know those old broski, I'm yet to tell. Right now I feel like a lot of songs that I have are hits, but it just has to be a catchy tune, right? Something that the people could sing to, dance to, make TikToks, like a viral song, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even have to be super duper lyrical. You could be mumbling the whole entire song, but if it's catchy to the people and the people like it, then that's what they consider a hit, right? Some people consider hits different than what I consider a hit.
Nah, 100% still. Yeah, because even I know, like, a lot of people feel like they have hits in their vault, and I've heard a lot of people's vaults, and I'm like, some people have some okay shit, some people have some good shit, some people have some great shit, and then there's people, like, I feel like you definitely, to me, have a few hits in the vault. It's just about when you put them out and how you market them, I feel like, is going to be, like, the main thing.
Yep.
And there's a few other people I've heard songs from, and I'm like, bro, these guys have hits, but there's a lot of up-and-coming artists from Toronto that have a decent amount of hits, and it's just, like, it's insane how many people have their vaults loaded but don't drop or are waiting for the perfect time to drop, right?
No, 1000%. But you said it yourself, brother, marketing.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of people can have a lot of hits on their hands, but if you don't market the hit the right way, it's almost like you're wasting a hit. And I feel like even with a lot of my songs, I dropped them and I didn't market them the right way, and I even got discouraged. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck, if I marketed this the right way, it would have blew up a certain type of way. But since I didn't market it that way, I felt like it just kept me at a certain level.
I did that 100%. How do you and DT work together?
Fuck, me and Broski been working since I started, so it's just natural. Broski will just be there cooking up, and as he's cooking up, it just hits on hits on hits. So the moment that I'm hearing it, bare shit's just coming to my mind. The randomest shit ever. Like, Broski literally will just go pull up some beats, and the moment that he just plugs in, it's like, oh, I lie. Start getting it on my phone, start writing instantly. He plays a different one, start writing to that one instantly. He plays a different one, start writing to that one instantly. No matter what he's playing, just hits on hits on hits, because they're all sounding different, you know what I'm saying? The connection is just natural. It's not like something we're forcing. It's on a real natural, like, yo, holy fuck, say a word.
What's your favorite song and why?
My favorite song that I have, or my favorite song that's out?
Let's go with the favorite song that you have, but your most played song on Spotify is Wildin' with 55K streams.
Yeah, my favorite song I'd say that I have out personally would be Mr. Way Too Different. I like that one because the sample that was used in the track is a sample that I grew up on. So when I hear it, it's like, holy smokes. And then even when I'm rapping the track and the lyrics that I'm seeing in it, I'm like, holy fuck, this one is a different track compared to everything I have. Wildin's a good song, but I feel like the type of substance that I'm talking about in the song is very very drained in my city, if that makes sense. That's probably why it went so crazy, because a lot of people in the city are talking about it. But like I said, I'm trying to work on being different. So mine is Mr. Way Too Different still.
I definitely hear that. So in Mr. Way Too Different, the flow on that, it's just, and the beat is just so bouncy that I'm just like, when I heard that for the first time, I'm like, yeah, this is one of them ones still. Like that's like, there's certain moments I feel like with certain artists where like I feel like, and this is just my opinion, where I see like potential and I'm like, bro, like this guy has it, like, you know what I mean?
No, facts.
Like a lot of people like will make songs and like a lot of them are misses to me, and like, but like there's some people who make songs and I'm like, bro, this guy has a stupid amount of potential. Like Mr. Way Too Different, like hearing that beat and like some other songs that you have, I'm like, yeah, this one's crazy still. You've dropped Everything Go was 2026.
Yeah.
But you dropped a decent amount of songs with G-Man last year.
Yeah. Shout out G-Man, my dog.
What's that connection like?
Fuck, DT linked us up. We ended up fucking hitting the studio one time, and then after we ended up hitting the studio, I was listening to Broski shit, and I'm like, oh, I like Broski saucy, right? The way that he was even pulling up his videos and shit. Like, first time I linked him, I'm like, okay, like, Broski looking like a guy that I'd want to work with, because he knows, like, he looked like he wants to work, and when I did work with him, Broski is trying to work, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are doing this shit for clout. A lot of people are doing this just to get a bigger name in the city. Now, Broski doing it to literally be bigger himself. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. So when we linked up and Broski started talking, I'm like, yeah, serious link up, and shit has been natural since then, locked in. Shout out, bro, them.
Yeah, you also have a song with Jay Bish, I believe. Yeah. How did that feature come about?
Fuck, we're on DT's stream. DT, a lot of my features that I have, DT links up with, because DT's the producer, right? So he would have other artists that he'll be working with, or other artists that buy his beats per se, and then after, like, fuck, those artists will want to tap in with me because they see my shit throughout DT, and then that's how that link up ended up happening. DT was on Twitch, and then I think while he was streaming, Jay Bish ended up hollering at me saying, yo, Brody, I'm about to drop a tape soon. I wanted you to pull up, and then after we ended up doing a track together, and then that's the same one that ended up making the tape. The crazy thing about that one, I didn't even tell you, the crazy thing about that one is, fuck, imagine that one's recorded in the airport. I was literally on my way to Vegas, and at the time I couldn't get to the studio, unfortunately, so I ended up fucking sending in my vocal that I ended up doing in fucking at the airport, and Brody still ended up dropping it. I'm like, fuck, we could have went to the studio and ended up, you know what I'm saying? But Brody still ended up saucing it up. He still ended up saucing.
Nah, yeah, even that's a good feature still. Like I heard that, I'm like, okay, this is tough. But the fact that you did that on the airport is crazy.
Airport, brother, that was different. I just remembered. I'm like, yo, fuck, cause I forgot about that. Cause there's so much tracks that I have out, right? So it's like, yo, fuck. Well, all the tracks that I even have out and the features, once he said Gay Bitch, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that one. That one's actually a crazy story because I ended up making that one in the airport on the way to Vegas.
So you'd rather be in the studio as opposed to like being on the go making tracks and just kind of connecting with artists and building that rapport there?
Honestly, fuck. For me, I feel like wherever we have the environment to make songs, then fuck, we could do it there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I made a track at the airport. If the dogs them had the headphones and the rest of the man wanted to hop on the track, that would have been bare features on the track. You know what I'm saying? Not only because we're in the studio, but wherever we could work. If we're in a car and the dogs them are plugged into the aux, then you already don't know. Pull up the beat, get the mic. We could do it right here. We could do it right now. You know what I'm saying? We could go anywhere.
I think that's a testament to like your work ethic and like your ability to be resourceful and just to be like on the go and really, really willing to make music anywhere you go. Like, I feel like a lot of people need to be in an environment where they're secluded or it's music oriented.
No, I know those ones. It's understandable, but for me myself, I didn't really come from a lot, right? So there's a lot of times where I couldn't get to the studio and I had to just rap downstairs in my basement, and that's how the man even ended up coming along because my mom ended up letting us fucking be downstairs making music in the basement, and that's when we couldn't afford to go to the studio, but we brought the studio to us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. One of those. Definitely remember those days. That's something that like where you kind of were like just going at it and you're just like kind of like it was just raw emotion and it's just raw energy in the room. So like just to see you work and kind of take your craft seriously from that point was just like pretty inspiring. Like, you know what I mean?
1,000%. I feel like even that part of my life, a lot of people didn't see it because that's the behind the scenes work. But that is what shaped me into the artist that I am now, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to actually work and perfect my craft while I was just being at my house, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like you said, need to be in the studio or need to be in a certain environment. I just need to be somewhere where I could put my headphones in and just literally, I could right there. I could be in a school, I could be on a bus, I could be on a train. It doesn't matter where I am, I could just write wherever I am, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's impressive still. So you don't have too many features out. You do have multiple with G-Man. You have the J Bish feature. You may have one or two more that I'm just not aware of.
Yeah.
But why are you so selective with features, and why is it so important to be featured on the right songs?
Fuck, I feel like the talent that I have, not a lot of people appreciate it, right? So with them not appreciating it, I don't feel like I could just hop on any and everybody's work. You have to understand, like, yo, when I'm doing this, we're actually trying to make it. We're not trying to do this just so we could be hood famous or we could just be known around the area. Now we're trying to do this so we can get some money out of this and really make it for real, feed families off of this. So it's like if other people don't have that same mindset towards the craft and they're just here trying to fuck around, I'd rather not, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to work with people that are actually trying to work.
It's like separating, and the thing is like, one thing is like, I feel like the city is like kind of straying away from now and kind of turning a new leaf over is like, there's not so much politics involved in the music, and the music is just being the music. How important do you think it is just to keep it like business and music?
I think that's the most important. I think that people should leave the music and let the music be the music and keep the politics out of the music. Cause fuck, I don't think that everything that niggas are doing in the streets or everything that people are doing in the streets, they should be going back to the fucking rap and telling, you know what I'm saying? But for a lot of people, it's the actual life, right? But then again, it could be incriminated. Certain shit I don't feel like should be said in a song if it's gonna come back to you, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely get
so
that.
If you're gonna be into the streets, you should do the street shit and let the musicians be the musicians, let the street guys be the street guys, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I don't think the next street guy, the biggest, hardest nigga on the block should be the guy that you guys should be pushing as the rapper, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the city that we live in, the police are literally cracking down on the gang violence and shit like that. So when people are talking the rap, the police are listening to that and just say, yo, come here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come here. Like, you guys aren't wasting no time.
No, you're right about that. And it's one thing like when you're rapping about your lifestyle and being vague, as then opposed to really putting in work, I guess people would say, and then rapping about the work you're putting in.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Factual.
What's it like connecting with artists in the city?
Fuck, there are not too much artists that I connected with in the city because fuck, politics goes to a lot of it. Me, myself, I don't have politics, but a lot of people around me or a lot of people that might be around other artists might not like a lot of people that I'm around, vice versa. I might not like a lot of people that they be around because of their entourage or whatever, but I let the music be the music. That's why I said I think music should be music. I feel like other people should be able to link up with other people. Music should always be music, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's too much money going around in the music industry for like politics that have nothing to do with it to be involved, honestly.
1,000%. Toronto is very, very talented, but I feel like we stop our own talent from blowing, if that makes sense. On some like crabs in a bucket mentality. It's weird.
Who's somebody that you want to work with in the city that you haven't got the chance to yet?
I'd say the boy. I'd say Drake. Still, realistically, it might be a long way, it might be a long shot, but I feel like the Drake feature, fuck, 30.
Yeah, that's a.
See what I'm saying? That's a high one. But even if I'm going a little bit underneath, like a little bit lower tier, like underneath potential in Toronto City, fuck, honestly, broski, there are not too much people that I would want to work with that I haven't already worked with. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of people that I worked with underneath the radar that not a lot of people know about because the songs never came out. But I have a 1-2 features with a lot of cities from the ends.
So then, who are some of the people that you worked with that are under the radar? If you could say.
Yeah, no. I have a track. Me and Pangs have some shit locked in. Me and Casper have a 1-2 locked in. Fuck. Obviously, me and G-Man have bare shit locked in. But as far as other people, yeah, fuck, I'm willing to work with anybody, to be honest. Anybody from fucking anywhere. If I feel like the sound could match my sound, then I definitely do a track with them. They're not anybody that I could pinpoint off the top of my head who I think of. But yeah, fuck.
You just named two mega like stars in the underground scene, and somebody who just ascended the underground scene in Casper, and then Pangs, who we all know has like multiple classics.
Yep.
And is a hit maker. What's it like to be able to have features with those artists, because they may have features, but they're with people who are of the same caliber, and they're very selective with who they rap with.
Yeah, fuck, for me, the way that I look at it is it's my time to shine, right? When I go on track to other people that have more clout than me or are bigger than me, I feel like that's my time to show people how serious I am about my craft and how versatile I could be. You could put me in the booth with the biggest rapper, I'm about to have to start writing my best shit if that's the case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand about the rap scene in Toronto is how low-key competitive it is and how other people don't want to get out-rapped. I feel like the rap game in general hasn't really lost its edge, but like there's a lot of, it lacks competitiveness. But that's the one thing that keeps getting Toronto artists better, is that they don't want to get out-rapped, especially within the city.
1,000%. I feel like it's a pride thing. A lot of people have too much pride to feel like, yo, this guy did better than you on the song. What do you mean this guy did better than you on the song? Me personally, if I rap my hardest and a nigga still does better than me, hats off to him, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not coming to play when I hit the booth, you know what I'm saying? The bigger the artist, that means how serious it is. But even if the artist is still not as big, I'm still taking it as serious, you know what I'm saying? But if I feel like I'm getting out-rapped, now we're going back to the booth and we're doing this shit again. No cap.
No, I definitely hear that. Like, excuse me. And the thing is, like, I feel like people have, like, kind of, like, I don't want to say shame in that, but, like, there's, like, some people are so arrogant, or, like, they think that their best shit is the hardest shit ever, so, like, they don't have to redo their verse, or, like, they feel like the one take that they did is enough. Do you feel like you're a perfectionist when it comes to your music?
Yeah. I definitely think so. It's a good and a bad thing, because fuck, that's what stopped me from dropping. There's certain tracks that I know that are hard, but fuck, I have better shit in the vault. But other people are saying, brother, this is still hard enough to drop, so why don't you drop it? Because I'm a perfectionist. I feel like, yo, there's something like a pinpoint and tweak about all of my tracks. But if I keep that same mindset forever, I might not ever drop, right? So I feel like I need to get out of it. Mm-hmm. It's good to be a perfectionist, but to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you've kind of displayed like how serious you are about your music and being perfectionist. How do you feel like your personality ties into your brand?
I think the way that I am, I'm not too much behind the camera. Like, even growing up, I wasn't really like in front of the camera. So me even being a rapper is a different from my lifestyle. But the type of person I am, if you actually know me, once you hear my type of music, it's like, yo, this is you. Like, once you hear me and you know me, it's the type of shit. But that's what I want to do. I feel like I want to get my personality out to the people so now they can understand me through my music. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not even just rapping and you see me behind the camera, for example, if I go to eat, you guys feel like you guys are involved. I don't want to just keep it strictly music. I want to show you guys that I'm a person too, right? I have a personality.
No, 100%. You're not somebody that is outside a lot or like partying. I see a few rappers that are always outside and doing their thing, and that's not a bad thing, but it seems like you're very intentional with where you go and the way you move.
Yep, for sure.
How do you think that ties into like your brand and like kind of not being so accessible?
Honestly, I feel like there'll be a time to pop out and stuff. I just don't feel like I'm at that time in my career to start doing all the popping out shit and having all of the fun at the party. There's still a lot of work that needs to get done. I treat every game like it's a game 7. Until that game is done, then, you know what I'm saying? What are we celebrating? The win's not done, or the win's not there yet.
What are some of the things you've done up until this point that you feel are beneficial to your brand?
Fuck, non-stop putting in work. I don't think anywhere throughout my career, I did not have my brand on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anything I do, I put the brand with me. Me and the brand are one. That's how I look at it. Even if I have somebody in the brand that's playing basketball, somebody that's producing, somebody that does hair, where I'm pushing everything the same shit as if it's mine. Because the brand, you know what I'm saying? You got to protect the brand. That's how I look at it.
No, 100%.
That's the money.
And when I interviewed DT, he mentioned started off broke and like SOB. How did that brand become a thing?
Fuck, we were all in the basement and that's how it came out. We were just there chilling and we were just thinking about some shit. Because everybody had their own little set that they called themselves or whatever. But us, we were just in the basement really trying to make it. We're like, yo, we started off broke. But we're not trying to, the end process is not to be broke in the end, right? We're just trying to have it, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to have it. But then after somebody say, yo, we're not trying to be started off broke forever, I'm like, oh shit, you know, that's actually hard, started off broke. Because a lot of people can relate. Even if you're middle class, you still feel like there's above that you could get to, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say even started off broke even means just below ground of the ground zero. It just means you started off somewhere that you could always elevate.
How do you guys go about promoting the brand and your music?
I'd say the brand and the music go hand in hand. The brand itself, like I said, it started out broke, right? It can relate to anything. You could be a basketball player that didn't come from a lot. You could be a soccer player that didn't come from a lot. It's all about how you came up, right? So I feel like when it comes to the brand and the music, it goes hand in hand because fuck, what I do is the music, what DT does is the music, and obviously the brand is started out broke. So when we're doing what we have to do, we're also promoting the brand at the same time, simultaneously, if that makes sense.
Definitely get that. We spoke earlier on like it being like not cheap to be a rapper or an artist in general with the studio time and whatnot. And I feel like with how things are going nowadays, we're kind of entering a new era in rap or just the music scene in general in Toronto.
Yep.
Or in Canada in general. It like, do you feel like the better artists get pushed as much as they should?
I feel like the artists in the city that have the buzz get pushed the way that they need to, but the artists in the city that don't have the buzz and don't have as much clout that are still equally nice, they don't get as much promotion and buzz from the city. The city likes to keep the people on top, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely.
I don't think that it's intentional. Like I wouldn't say like yo they plan to keep everybody on top, but I feel like a lot of people in the city, once they had the spotlight, they blew it. So a lot of people are like, they're very picking and choosing towards who they want to give the spotlight to.
I think you're right about that. I feel like also, to add on to what you said, it's like there's a lot of artists that kind of blew up in the city, but like they got a certain amount of money or they got a certain level of comfortability where we felt like we were like tricked into standing behind them and like being a fans of them because they no longer make music at the same rate or they're no longer serious about it.
Yep.
So it's like, so now we're kind of hesitant to, and this is me talking as a consumer, now we're kind of hesitant as to who we promote or who we push as a city and like whose music we consume because we don't know if you're going to be here today, gone tomorrow.
Sure.
And it's just nerve-wracking. So like how do you let people know like this is what you want to do and you're here to stay? Like,
fuck, you just gotta stay consistent. You can't think about tomorrow's problems today, you know what I'm saying? You gotta live 100%. For today.
When it comes to media outlets and platforms, do you think they do a good job at pushing the more talented artists instead of pushing the non-talented artist that just has the money to pay for posts and promotion?
I feel like a lot of these guys, if you have the money and you're willing to pay, they'll take the money to do what they need to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like where we come from, the talent is really, they don't really care about the person with the talent, because even the person with the talent, if it's super, super talented and you feel in your heart that it's going to blow, I feel like you should even deal with them a certain type of way. I wouldn't say free, But if you feel like your platform could do something for somebody, why not use your platform for the reason you have it, right?
100%. And I feel like a lot of platforms wait till somebody blows up or wait till they're making noise and then they start promoting them for free and adding on to their buzz. But it's like you're now adding to a train that's already moving instead of helping push a train and start it to get it going, right?
1,000%.
I know we spoke about like you not being like outside in the clubs or just outside in general, very much so right now. But like, do you think DJs need to do a better job at promoting Toronto artists and just kind of playing their music and kind of setting the trend early?
I feel so, but then it's like the city that we live in, it's like, yo, a lot of people put the politics into the music, right? So you'll be in the club hearing one song from a certain set, but then there'll be people that are maybe have their booth that are over there that don't like the artist that is playing, that are telling the DJ to turn that off. But how are you gonna tell the DJ to turn it off if the people are fucking with the music? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. That's why I feel like the people should leave the politics out of it. If the song's a good song, DJ should be able to promote it. Everybody should be able to listen to the song because it's a good song. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard anybody answer that way, honestly. And I do think you're right. And I think because that is the narrative for specifically Toronto rap, like when it comes to like the R&B artists, it kind of gives them a bad rap and puts them in like that same space. Because there is a lot of great R&B artists and there's a lot of great dance artists, like the LTLs and everybody like that. They get played. I was at Apartment 200 the other night.
Yeah.
LTL had the club going crazy, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rap songs in the city that are obviously made by people who are into the politics and they don't really get played.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll tell you is the market gets played everywhere I go now because it's such a hit that it ascended that, and it kind of doesn't even mix in with the politics.
Exactly.
So how do you feel like once you get to a certain level music-wise that the politics no longer matter, or do you think they're always going to matter if you're still moving a certain way?
I could speak because we're still in the city, right? So I can't speak about being in America and hearing about what's going on in Canada, right? But for being in the city, now I definitely feel like no matter how big you are, people are still going to try to intertwine you into some type of politics somehow, some way. Whether you say one little bar or you're hanging around the people that are affiliated, but you're not affiliated, people are going to say that you're a part of that affiliation now, even if you're just there because maybe your cousin's from there or maybe somebody you know is from there, just a family friend. Now you're just automatically affiliated, but I feel like that's how the city moves.
How important do you think the label and artist connection is nowadays?
In the city, we don't know too much people that got signed in the city, right? There's only one man right now that we know got signed. Shout out Broski Casper. But besides that, I wouldn't be able to tell you because not a lot of people got signed in the city, right? So I feel like if more people got signed in the city, I'll be able to speak more on it. But like I said earlier, I feel like labels are not willing to take that risk because a lot of people ended up blacklisting themselves. Like, they had a little bit of buzz and then they ended up getting caught up in some type of criminal activity or something to ended up stopping them for the time being when they had the buzz to slow down the potential, and that ended up scaring away a lot of labels and a lot of offers that they potentially had at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like now a lot of labels are just taking precaution to everybody they're trying to look into. They want to make sure that your track record is neat, and even if your track record isn't neat, that you're staying consistent, that your numbers can make up for whatever they're willing to give you type shit.
No, 100%. They definitely want to recoup. Do you feel like Casper kind of getting signed kind of sparked a new energy or a new wave in the city where like it kind of also gave the city a new amount of hope? Because like seeing him get signed, especially for he was doing it for 10 years. Obviously he had a hiccup and he had to sit down for a bit, came back, but he was more consistent than ever. He kind of showed that if you persevere and you kind of get through it, that you could end up in his situation.
Straight.
Do you feel like the energy he's put in the city now is gonna start a new wave or a new trend?
Yeah, 1,000%. I feel like it's giving rappers hope again. I feel like a lot of people gave up on the labels because they feel like they've been putting in a lot of work and the work that they've been putting in hasn't been getting recognized. But what Broski getting signed, and I feel like there's a huge spotlight on Toronto because Broski just did a feature with A Boogie. Yeah, Broski did a feature with A Boogie and that feature is going moderate. So with that being said, a lot of people are looking at Toronto now. But it's all about living up to what they're waiting for. Do you guys want to hear more shit that are hits? Doesn't all have to be towards the same type of genre, but do you guys want to hear more shit from Toronto, if that makes sense?
Do you think the Toronto rap scene's in a better place right now or in a good place in general?
Yeah, right now I feel like it's in a good place. Is it better than it was before? I feel like a lot of rappers are locked up doing time and shit, right? So it's like, it kind of like limits us, but at the same time, for a lot of people that are on the road right now, I feel like the rap scene is at its best right now. For the people that are on the road right now.
If you had to pick right now, new gen versus old gen, who do you think is like better?
Fuck, they both have their different times. Like, the old gen, they have hits on their hands. But the new gen, fuck, I'm considered new gen, right? So I gotta put me in that vote. So it's like, fuck, I gotta give the old gen what they got, but I'll give it to the new gen. I feel like what we have now and what's gonna get displayed from this point on in Toronto rap is gonna be different from what Toronto rap heard.
100%. Especially hearing all the vaults, like, bro, like, I'm like, bro, like, there's some shit that niggas got that I'm like, okay, like, this is like, it's exciting to be a part of like this era of Toronto music, and you know what I mean? So to be able to move around the way I'm able to move around and interview everybody is so exciting, but like to interact with you guys and to hear your vaults and to understand the direction you guys are going in and your goals, it's gonna be pretty fun to watch you guys grow and kind of transcend what once was. Because at the end of the day, like, you do things because you want them to be better. If you have if I have a son or a daughter, I want them to be better than me, right? Thanks. So all the forefathers of Toronto rap, whether it be the Northside Benjis, the Caspers, the Pressas, and whoever you consider in that fourth spot, to me it would be Houdini. But if you have all those guys, they would definitely want to say they want to leave the Toronto scene in a better place than they found it, right? 1000%. And with the direction that you guys are going in now, I feel like they've done their job. So do you feel like it's your job now to kind of carry that wave and bring us into an even better spot?
I wouldn't say that it's my job, but I'll definitely take on the responsibility. I have no problem with that for sure. Because I feel like, the new Toronto, like I said, the new shit that's coming out from me and other artists that I heard, I'm confident in them, right? I feel like the OGs that did what they had to do to pave the way for Toronto rap, they did what they had to do, but I feel like the new gen is ready to take over from what they left off, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And all the four guys that I named before, obviously RP to Houdini, but whether it be Casper, Pressa, and Northside Benji, they're so good that they transcend time and they have longevity. So like they're kind of in that new gen space as well, and they're keeping up with the new gen artists, and the new gen artists are trying to keep up with them. Yeah. Do you feel like you're going to be able to run with those guys at some point in time and say, like, you have your name beside them and say, like, I'm one of the best to ever come out the city?
Yeah, I definitely think so. At the end of my run, by the time I'm done, that's what I hope for, at least. I feel like for people to mention good people in Toronto, like the top names in Toronto, I want my name to be there. Like, no matter, even if you're American, no matter what side of the world you're from, I want people to be like, oh, Toronto rap? Yeah, no, you have to mention NFT. NorthFaceTay, yeah, you can't miss him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like there's a lot of people in the city that are rapping right now that are actually rapping. A lot of people are like melodically rapping, more auto-tune rapping, all of that type of stuff. There's nothing against it. But me personally, I'm more on the bars, like actually rapping to make people be like, holy smokes, a lot he said that. Okay, now this guy knows what he's talking about. And I don't feel like there's a lot of people in the city that are doing what I'm doing when it comes to that. So I feel like that already puts me in a different bracket.
100%. When it comes to performing and performances, do you feel like it's crucial to be a good performer?
Yeah. I feel like if people go to your concerts and shit like that, they want to feel your energy throughout your music, because the reason you got them there throughout the music, right? So now that they're there in person, they want to make sure that the shit that you're doing is going to give them the same type of energy. Like, I wouldn't want to go to a Little Baby concert and shit is not super jumping. I'm trying to get turned, like when I'm hearing my niggas tracks. Like, I'm hearing the tracks, I'm getting amped. I'm like, okay, I lie, it's them times. But then if I go to the concert and it's not feeling like that, it's just gonna make me feel like, yo, what the fuck? This shit's a facade. You know what I'm saying? It's a lie.
What's some advice that you would give to artists that are just starting out?
The shit is expensive, but consistency is key. It doesn't really take a lot of money for you to just post some videos on your phone, and that's what I'm realizing right now. If I knew that in my earlier career, I feel like the position that I'm in right now would have been different. I felt like if I realized, like, yo, all it takes is me to put up my iPhone, play the track in the background, you could be in any scenery, just consistency. The people want to see consistency.
All right, man, that's a wrap on this episode of Light Talk. Shout out to NFT NorthFaceTay for popping out. Appreciate you, Brody. We're going to see you guys very, very